Welcome to our channel, where shocking secrets, shocking details and stories not for the faint of heart are revealed. Prepare yourself, because today's story will keep you glued to your eyes. Taking you on a dark journey, where every breath is dangerous and every name that appears carries a deadly secret. The story begins with a seemingly normal moment, but in just a split second, everything will be turned upside down. The air in the room becomes thick as if every sound, every breath is sucked out, leaving only the pounding of someone's heart echoing in the heavy void. Leslie stood still, eyes wide open as if she couldn't believe what she had just seen. Barbara appeared from the darkness, her steps slow but steady, each step adding pressure to the already suffocating space. The yellow light fell on Barbara's face, revealing the deep lines of time. But her eyes burned with a strange light, the light of someone carrying a secret too great, too dangerous to keep in her heart forever. No one expected this woman to be related to Leslie, let alone a blood relationship. Barbara stopped a few steps away from Leslie, the space between them like an invisible abyss. The whole room fell silent, no one dared to breathe loudly. Then, as if preparing to throw a destructive bomb, Barbara began to speak, her voice hoarse but echoing to every corner of the wall. She did not beat around the bush, did not conceal. Bluntly declared that she was Leslie's biological mother. The sentence fell, shattering all the illusions, all the assumptions that Leslie had believed in over the years. In an instant, all the images of childhood, of the past, of fragmented memories rushed back like an uncontrollable storm. Leslie recalls the lonely years, the stories told about a dead mother, the cleverly sugar-coated lies that hid this terrible truth. But Barbara doesn't stop there. She begins to paint a picture of the past, in which Leslie is not the casual victim of a tragedy, but the product of a decades-long conspiracy. Barbara confesses that she was once part of a powerful and brutal underground organization. It was that organization that arranged everything, from Leslie's upbringing in a fake family, to the erasure of her mother's memories. Their goal was to turn Leslie into a tool, a vital link in a plan that Leslie was unaware of. Barbara's story is not a simple confession, but a series of haunting images, bloody events, betrayals, losses, and desperate escapes. She recalled the cold rainy nights when she had to carry Leslie in her arms, running away from the pursuers. She mentioned the time she was forced to leave her child in the middle of a burning house, just to distract the enemy. And most cruelly, she confessed that there were times when she also thought about killing Leslie to end everything, but every time she looked into the child's eyes, she couldn't do it. Leslie listened to every word, but her mind was like a storm. Every detail Barbara told was like a knife stabbing deep into the layer of memory that seemed solid. All the relationships around Leslie suddenly became suspicious, from her adoptive father, friends, to seemingly harmless colleagues. Barbara affirmed that among them, at least one person was still working for the organization, monitoring and controlling Leslie's every step. Each piece of the past was pieced together by Barbara, but the more complete the picture, the more horrifying it became. Leslie is not only a target, but also the key to unlocking a secret that the organization has protected with blood for decades, a secret involving human experimentation, mind control projects, and unexplained disappearances. Barbara reveals that Leslie's bloodline contains a special genetic element that makes her the perfect specimen for the top-secret project. And to keep Leslie safe, Barbara is forced to leave her child, live in the shadows, and become someone the world, including her daughter, believes to be dead. But now that the organization has tracked Leslie down, Barbara has no choice but to come forward and tell the truth, even if it means destroying everything. But Barbara's presence also brings immediate danger. As she finishes speaking, strange noises are heard outside, like hurried footsteps and the sound of metal clashing. Barbara knows that time is running out. Her gaze towards Leslie carried not only maternal love, but also the utmost urgency of someone who knew the enemy was at the door. Outside, figures moved silently, surrounding the house. Everything happened so quickly that Leslie had no time to recover. Barbara rummaged in her coat and took out a small key, pushed it into Leslie's hand and whispered that it was the only thing that could help her survive, and at the same time opened the door to the complete truth. Before Leslie could ask any questions, Barbara pulled her toward a secret exit, hidden behind an old curtain. But as the door opened, the light from outside also revealed the figure of a familiar person, someone Leslie had never suspected. That face appeared clearly, along with a cold smile that made Leslie's whole body freeze. Barbara immediately recognized this was the traitor who had almost killed her many times in the past. And when the first gunshots rang out, Leslie understood that her life had completely changed. Nothing was random anymore. No one could be truly trusted. And from now on, her every move will be governed by two things: the terrible secret about herself and the relentless hunt from the hidden enemy. The room gradually darkens, leaving only rapid breathing, echoing gunshots, and the image of Barbara dragging Leslie into the darkness, where all the answers await. But also where a never-ending nightmare begins. Keep following our channel so you don't miss any shocking developments coming up. Subscribe and turn on notifications now, because what's about to happen will make you shiver until the last moment.